Shalom, shalom, Israel. First and foremost, I want to give all honor, glory, and praises unto YAHAWAH, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI, BAHASHAM, RICANS. Double honors to the elders and apostles of the great millstone, and shalom to the mighty Akim, YAHAWAH, who are diligently waiting to be delivered from this final captivity. This is Brother Kawakub coming at you with another lesson. Second Ezra chapter 9 from the top. He answered me then and said, Measure thou the time diligently in itself, and when thou seest part of the signs pass, which I have told thee before. Verse 2, Then shalt thou understand that it is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made. Alright, so today's lesson is basically going to be about, kind of like, news report, what's going on in the world right now, the thing, or at least the things that we should be paying attention to as Israelites in this truth. All right, so so here are some things. I actually did a lesson not too long ago. I don't remember if it was yesterday or the day before that, and I had briefly gone over. And the thing was, a lot of these stuff, a lot of these things that were happening, like this is like an accumulation. These things are stacking up, and me personally speaking as a man, I never imagined, or I never really expected things to get to the point where it's at right now, which I thought it was gonna be like, oh, one at a time. It's like it's this and then this and then this, but it's all stacking up gradually. All right, because even from I think mid to early last year of 2023, there was already talks of people saying that oh, these farms or whatever, these food storages or whatever are getting burned down. All right, there were already people talking about stuff like that. So that's the setup for the famine. And you got Neuralink, which I heard about Neuralink in 2022. I think I did a video on it early 2022. All right, or maybe it was 2023. I don't remember. All right, they were already talking about wanting to do human trials. Okay, and now as we're about to go into this, or I already went into before, they said that they want to implement it by giving it to people in 2024. All right, and we're already at the start of 2024. So who knows when they start pushing it out. All right, and then in addition to that, there was the talks about the drafts. Fact check said that they're not. There was a fact check that said let me see. There's a fact check that basically said that no, women will not be drafted into the U.S. military war. Which yes, it makes sense. That makes sense, that makes sense because there was a study in 2015 here in NPR.org that said, military corps study, all male combat units perform better than the mixed units being the men and women. All right, so they basically said, or basically what they're trying to say is that the military would be just better off if they didn't have women in the first place. So this is the Slocky. I'm sorry, I had to laugh because that's hilarious with all the freaking, I did a lesson not too long ago, or 2 months ago maybe, talking about how they were trying to appeal to the women / LGBT alphabet people. So I thought that was kind of pretty funny. But at the same time, this is before, I assume. And they're saying that it basically kind of seems, or basically being led to believe that they are just so desperate they will take anyone. Or hell, maybe because Slakia, there's a lot of different things that go into it, and one of the things one of the stuff that I had reported on, okay, was the I believe I reported on, maybe not, but was the fact that there were some people that were posting whatever, basically saying how there's a bunch of people that they're just letting across the border. They're just letting threats come into America, and they just don't care. They don't mind. So it kind of seems like Babylon is on a self-destructive spree in more ways than I guess you can really count, honestly. So, if that is the case, and if they do truly if they do truly, add women into the what's the word? Military, then that could potentially be a part of agenda, I guess. I don't know. But aside from that, if they don't, well, honestly, I don't really know how this whole draft's gonna go. I assume that even if they do a draft for the women, I think a lot of the women are going to potentially find a way out of it, some way, somehow. I'm not sure. Maybe the Lord's gonna make it so that I don't know. I don't know. I really can't tell you exactly how it is, but through the Spirit and power of Yahawadah. But what I do know is, let's read this, 2nd Ezra chapter 16, verse 18, starting at verse 18. The beginning of sorrows and great mournings, the beginning of famine and great death, the beginning of wars and the powers shall stand in fear, the beginning of evils, what shall I do when these evils shall come? All right, so the beginning of sorrows, all right, which is referenced in here, Matthew chapter 24, verse 4. And Yahushua answered and said unto them, take heed that no man deceive you, for many shall come in my name, saying, I am Hamashiach, and shall deceive many. And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must and is not yet. For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines and pestilences, and earthquakes in diverse places. All these are the beginning of sorrows. So, Yahushua had warned us, or the disciples more specifically, and by extension us, that some of the things that would signify the end, or / the beginning of sorrows, which would lead to our eventual deliverance, all right, are the wars and rumors of wars. So the wars that's going on with Russia, Ukraine, Israel, Hamas, all that stuff. That, or Palestine, Hamas, I don't know what it is. I don't know what Hamas is. Those are wars that are actively going on now, as well as rumors of wars, which we hear of over here, which I'm going to let the video play. Bear with me.
Prepare for war with Russia, China, Iran and North Korea. UK Defence Minister. British Defence Minister Grant Shapps has predicted a global conflict between the West and Russia, China, Iran and North Korea. Shapps vowed that he would further increase Britain's military spending and that he would use our influence to ensure other allies and friends match our commitment. In 5 years' time, we could be looking at multiple threats of conflict, including Russia, China, Iran, and North Korea, he said. Ask yourself, looking at today's conflicts across the world, is it more likely that the number grows or reduces? I suspect we all know the answer. It's likely to grow, so 2024 must mark an inflection point. Shapps is not the first senior UK figure to predict that the country would soon be involved in a large-scale war. Britain's Chief of the General Staff, General Patrick Sanders, declared in 2022 that there is now a burning imperative to forge an army capable of fighting alongside our allies and defeating Russia in battle, and that preparations must be made to fight in Europe once again.
Okay, so basically, this is more so a rumor. One thing that stuck out was they said within 5 years. So, that definitely I want to say links in to the development of, because that was made yesterday. That video was uploaded yesterday. So that kind of links in with the whole Neuralink, because before the war pops off, I believe they said the scriptures say that the CHIP has to be implemented first, all right, before that happens. So as I and told you or informed you, was that says that they're gonna start this in 2024. So this year. That's actually
2024. Neuralink will begin implanting their microcomputers into human brains for the first time. There is no longer speculation. This is reality. So there's no better familiar with the rapidly evolving field of brain-computer interface and how Elon Musk's Neuralink is about to change the game. The future is now, and you'd better be ready.
Oh my god, I didn't even press it twice. Okay, so basically, yeah, we hear that they're saying like it's now, it's all happening now. We're getting it all ready to go now. All right. So how much? So this also, Slakia, this also, as this technology is being introduced, all right, of course they're going to take these types of stuff and then as well as introduce incentives to people to want to get it, because yes, people might say, oh yeah, no, I'm good, or either I'm good, I just don't want it, all right, or people who like us are gonna be informed and say, oh yeah, you know what, fuck that, I don't want that at all, I don't, keep that far away from me, all right, and then there are people who say, oh yeah, I love technology, yeah, give it to me. And well, this is just, I guess, to name a few, maybe there's more, whatever. The point is, for the people that aren't informed or as informed as us, knowing what it is, knowing what it truly is, when they incorporate into all the stuff, they're going to fall for the incentives, such as the UBI, which funnily enough, I believe it was Andrew Yang that kind of that introduced the thing, saying if I become president, I'm gonna let everyone, every American citizen, all right, gets $1,000 a month for living expenses and stuff like that. So now basically they took that idea, crazy by the way, they don't just steal from Jake, but they steal from Moab as well. But anyway, they took that idea and then now they're gonna say, okay, well, we're gonna give you $1,000 a month, or maybe 2,000, or whatever the fuck the amount is, all right, but you have to, in order for you to get it or to obtain it, you need to take this CHIP, all right, and then this is going to be incorporated in our new digital system, our new currency and all that crap, and then you will give you all this stuff, because we don't want people being self-sufficient or self-reliant. We want people relying on us, okay, as most people already do. Let me actually get that. Isaiah chapter 30 from the top. Woe to the rebellious children, saith the Lord, that take counsel, but not of me, and that cover with a covering, but not of my spirit, that they may add sin to sin, that walk to go down into Egypt, and have not asked at my mouth to strengthen themselves in the strength of Pharaoh, and to trust in the shadow of Egypt. Therefore shall the strength of Pharaoh be your shame, and the trust in the shadow of Egypt your confusion. So at the end of the day, yeah, they might think, oh, at the beginning of it, I got all the stuff, I finally have some money, because Slaki, that's another thing I should have definitely added in the beginning of it, with all the stuff that's going on now, people, or not just people, I think most people would actually be aware of it, but or if you're like middle class and lower or something like that, the cost of living has increased so substantially that it's a lot harder to live. It's a lot harder to get by now. A lot of people have been I'll say primarily Edomites are that this applies to. Obviously, it also applies to Jake. I'm not saying that Jake is richer. I'm just saying that Jake is just more used to all the troubles, and this is like nothing new to Jake. So, as for the Edomites are basically complaining and saying they're going online crying, kind of rightfully so, I guess, because this is supposed to be their heaven, and they're getting fucked over by the government and whatnot. Anyway, they're basically getting online, crying and saying, "Oh my God, it's staying so hard to live. The economy has gone to shit. Like I can't do anything. Like we don't have any money. We don't have any food. We have like $100 to live off of and stuff like that. Like all this stuff is going on." Again, like this is a problem that was created because of the government, and then the government's gonna say, "Okay, well here we know we or they're not even gonna admit to fault, but they're gonna say, well, here's a solution to all your problems. Come get this UBI and by extension CHIP. All right, then all your problems will go away, and then all these people are gonna be like, okay, yeah, sure, let's get it, and they're gonna be like like sheep to the slaughter or lambs to the slaughter, whatever the proper term or wording of it is, and then they're going to be sent to their destruction. All right, and this is the sad reality of it. Or is it? We talked about that draft. So yeah, in addition to that, I also wanted to point out, with the women, going back into the whole women draft thing, again, I don't know if they are truly going to do it. Maybe, the thing is there are already women in the military. Of course, I think it's a lot more now compared to, I guess, I don't know, 20 years ago or whatever. I say 20, and that's a big amount. That's a lot of years. Anyway, compared to 20 years ago, and it's because they were in a quote unquote time of peace, quote unquote, because they didn't think that they would have to, go out to war. But now, with all these rumors of wars and future wars incoming, all right, then then the military might have to send them, all right. And these women, there was saying, I'm really scared to go out to war because I could die. I could actually die. Like you signed up. You literally signed up for this. Like why are you crying? Why are you sad? Why are you like, this is the job that you signed up for? So why is it a big deal now all of a sudden? And it just goes to show that well, number one, women should not be going into the military. That's just number one. Number two, what's the fuck? I just lost my train of thought. It was oh yeah, Slovakia. Number two, and if they do, honestly, I can't even. I'm not even gonna be mad if the women are what's the word, sent to what's the word called? Sent to the military, because it's just like, this is what you brought upon yourself. This is what you wanted. All right, like you were foolish. And actually, let me get that. No wonder. Sirach chapter 25, verse 25. Give the water no passage, neither a wicked woman liberty to gad abroad. All right. Yad, verb definition. Go around from one place to another in pursuit of pleasure or entertainment. All right. So this is what these women are doing in terms of this is what these women are doing in terms of like their sexual promiscuity, as well as the foolishness of signing up for the military. All right. You think that all this crap is just a game? You think that all this is, oh yeah, everything's gonna be all right because I'm gonna trust in Esau or and whatnot. Like now look at you. Now look at where you're at. You got these women crying online, thinking prior that it was just a game, but now they feel the gravity of the situation, and now they're scared. They're genuinely scared. All right. But overall, I will say that I don't think, for the most part, that a lot of women will actually suffer from this. And the reason why, well, maybe some, but overall, I doubt it. But let's actually get into the scriptures. 2 Ezra chapter 16, verse 31. Even so, in those last days, there shall be 3 or 4 left by them that search their houses with the sword, and the earth shall be laid waste, and the fields thereof shall wax, and all her paths shall grow full of thorns, because no man shall travel there through. The virgin shall mourn, having no bridegrooms. The women shall mourn, having no husbands. Their daughters shall mourn, having no helpers. So Slakia. The virgin shall mourn, having no bridegroom. Basically, the women will have no husbands, bridegrooms, I think. A man just married to be or about to be married. All right. Women shall mourn, having no husbands. Same thing. So, okay, Slakia, let me do that because I was not reading the full thing. So basically, virgin shall mourn, having no bridegroom. So the women that are not yet married, or have not found a husband yet, or found a man yet, they're gonna mourn because there's not going to be any more eligible men, to I guess what's it called? What's the word? To claim them, I guess. And then all the women that are already married as of right now, they're going to lose their men to the war, and finally, the daughter's having no helpers. Basically the same thing as the first stuff. They're not gonna have any men, as well as basically people that especially men that's going to basically help them look after their households. Okay, Isaiah chapter 13 verse 12. I will make a man more precious than fine gold, even a man than the golden wedge of Ophir. With this, the man that's going to be more precious than gold is going to be the man of the Lord, because that is, freaking. Let me get this. Wait, oh no, it's over here. It's here. Okay, so Isaiah chapter. Oh, it's talking. Let me over the man that's going to be more precious than fine gold is going to be the men of the Lord, and these women, be it these prostitutes or these whores that went around and did OnlyFans and then they regret it, and not just sex work, I guess, whatever, they're gonna regret it. And then there's gonna be these women that acted all high and mighty, acted like, oh yeah, I don't need a man. Then they're gonna be going and looking for not just any man, but the man of the Lord, the men with understanding, because, let's get this, even they will understand that Isaiah 33 verse 6, wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times, and strength of salvation. The fear of the Lord is his treasure. Because all the stuff that we were warning the people about, okay, when it comes to pass, okay, when they see, oh yes, the prophets were already warning about this, then they're going to say, okay, well, I want to go to these people for them to protect me. And so that I won't have to go through all these hardships, which we see in this Isaiah 4 from the top. And in that day, 7 women shall take hold of one man, saying, we will eat our own bread and wear our own apparel. Only let us be called by thy name to take away our reproach. So in order to avoid the hardships, the death and destruction, all right, that's coming to Babylon as well, and primarily a lot of these women, a lot of these whores or whatever, if you want to call them, okay. Can I even say that? Damn, like Slocky, just like it gets to a point where now we have to worry about what the words that we say, so that our videos and stuff don't get taken down. Anyway, the thing is that they're going to be seeking men of the Lord to, or quote unquote marry, because in the scriptures, marriage is sex when a man has sex with a woman, and then those two get married. All right, except for prostitution and stuff like that, which let's just get sex to the thing, which yes, that's a differentiation of it. Okay, so a lot of the men are going to die from the war and stuff like that, and Lord willing, the Lord YAHAWASHI is going to make it so that the men of the Lord are going to be able to be exempt from it, which, as a matter of fact, funnily enough, some of the things that I was hearing was, which I highly doubt that they're going to make it mandatory now. Yahawadah they will, but one of the things I was hearing was that you had to have been or they I think they want to implement the fact that you have to have been C9'd or jabbed or whatever in order to be in the military, because there was a bunch of people that were saying that if you don't get then they're going to kick you out the military and stuff like that, and a bunch of people did lose their jobs in terms of on a general sense. So I wasn't really aware of. I'm not really fully aware of what they did with the military, but this could be some of the things. And down the line, who knows what they're going to implement? Maybe you have to have the CHIP in order to be, I guess, apply for them or be drafted into the military. Who knows? We don't know the details, but we do know a general idea of what's going to happen, which is the fact that a lot of men are going to die in this are going to die in this war, and we pray to the Spirit of YAHAWAH that the Lord's going to protect us in these times and help us be exempt. Because I'm not gonna lie, speaking as a man, or speaking for myself and personally, I do have a few health issues in terms of like some issues that are going on in my body. So yeah, there are those things. So I don't know, maybe because that's been, and these health issues have been an issue for me ever since I was a child. So I don't know, maybe the Lord might exempt me in that way, or maybe it's whatever universal way for all the men of the Lord. But regardless, it's not even a matter of worrying about it in that sense. It's just the fact that we have faith and pray that the Lord has mercy on us in order to be exempt in situations like that. So that's just not really something that we really need to worry about. I just wanted to say, that's just something for me that maybe that might be the case. Maybe it's the case for another brother. All right, who knows what type of problems that they have. All right, we all have our different issues that we're going through, and maybe it's that it was all this build up. All right, the same way you got all these build-ups and stuff for all of the topics I brought up just now, okay, with Neuralink, okay, and the human trials that they were setting up ever since last year, with the wars and rumors of wars, all right, draft and all that stuff. All this stuff is the accumulation of all the issues, all right. And then Revelation chapter 13, verse 16. All right. And he causes all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, and that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name. All right. So this is what is waiting for us, and things are going to get hard, but we can't be folding under pressure. We can't just say, okay, yeah, fine, I'll take it or whatever. Not. You have to be strong and have faith that the Lord's going to protect you and provide for you. All right. So with that, I hope this lesson was edifying. I want to give all honor, glory, and praises unto Yahawah, BaHashem YAHAWASHI, BaHashem RICANS. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, Abba Ball, and Shalom.